aggression. Well, let's have a look at who has survived to the final round of competition for the Littles. Sneaky, Clid, Ceros, Levi, Solo, TFT, Bwipo, and TheShy. Quite the group that we have, actually. And visually, just from yesterday, the second group of Littles seem to have a lot of sleeper OP players that were previous challengers in it. So it's actually whittling down to some very good players now, too.
Even the pros, like Ceros and TheShy, were both making pretty good decisions in the mid and late game, which I think is like where you see a lot more inexperience show. So they were both impressive. Plus, Bwipo just beat TheShy in 1v1s, and now they're competing in the TFT Littles as well.
The multi-game dominance.
Yeah, we'll see if he can do it.
Back to smiles on his face, even after that hard loss. Honestly, that was a hard loss in the 1v1s.
You were mad.
I was pretty mad for him because he had a 2-level lead. Bwipo made the comeback with the experience on the cannon and was able to finish it off. But let's get into the TFT for it. What's your personal order for first carousel items for Infernal map?
Right now, the meta is Phantom Dancer and Morello, so you really want to just prioritize one of those 4 possible items. Morello, because there's so much healing with Woodland Druid, and Phantom Dancer because it's just the most OP item in the game. It's getting nerfed next week.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I didn't know. I know everyone liked Renekton, but I didn't realize because healing debuff reductions don't apply to him. So when you get a 3-star and he does this spin that heals for 800, he's just always getting that.
Yeah, he's also getting removed. I mean, he's also. I mean, there are a lot of one-cost units that you look for to hold those items. Like you're talking about these priority items, things like Nasus that have AOE when he ults can hold Morellos and stuff early on as well. So trying to get those ASAP.
One thing I saw some people on Reddit talking about a lot was Olaf. But I wasn't sure.
I feel like that's kind of aged out.
Yeah, I thought that was like a little bit ago.
Because Olaf got nerfed. Plus, it's kind of hard to position Berserkers, I feel like. For later, it's easier for people to separate their DPS and kind of block Berserkers.
Yeah, Olaf is one of the few counters to Renekton because he can perma-freeze them once he gets going. The problem with Olaf is he loses to the other meta comp, which is Singe. And like you just see your Olaf chasing this Singe running around.
I like that the meta comp is Singed.
Yeah, just Singe.
Singed with Morellos.
I've seen people just like put in the Singe with 0 poison and yeah, go carry.
You think you can beat Zed, the Olaf, if he's itemized correctly, or you think the perma? Because he's single target, so I don't see how. Like you might get a trade at best, like a draw.
Olaf's not very good right now, unfortunately. Like the whole Berserker package from the beginning has always been a little subpar, even after multiple buffs. The best thing about Olaf was 6 Glacial, like his other trait, not his Berserker trait.
Right.
I feel pretty happy with the state of the meta in set 2, though.
Yes.
Like sacrificing Glacials, Berserkers, and Olaf stuff for the success of so many other comps actually feels pretty good.
Yeah.
And like the things always go in little cycles. So even though I don't think anyone wants to go light right now, Ascara did say he thought light was good in a certain situation, but.
Well, it is getting buffs on the next patch and adding more champions.
Yeah.
Who is your little?
I don't think we actually. I don't think you
didn't get one
paired up if you come bottom 4. First day.
They want to listen to you.
I think it's for like the top 4 people.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I didn't get one. But if I was to choose one, I'd probably choose Sneaky.
Good choice. Good choice. Well, let's see what he's working on right now. A lot of Vladimirs.
Might be thinking about Ocean Mages. Always good.
I feel like you want to
checking to see what items you can build.
Always a promising sign.
We had a couple theories of trying to determine how good people were at the game. Jat was a big believer in just looking at people's APM. The higher your APM is, the better he thinks you are at TFT.
So honestly, if you're looking at people who are learning the game, if they're decisive and they're clicking their purchases out of the shop first, at least that means they know where they're going, right? And that's a good sign.
Yeah. In Sneaky's position there, you had 2 Warwicks in the shop. Would you find a way to fit those onto your bench? Because I feel like just keeping yourself open to Predators is...
Yeah, definitely. Like Hyper Roll Predators was the strategy. Backup ended up winning with day 1, but you have to really scout to make sure no one else is going it, because if 2 players are going Predators, you're both going to bottom out here.
Or make some deals.
Make some deals there. You get the Skarner.
Yeah. Clid, he got level 2 Maokai, but no other Woodland Druids, so he's going to go for the 2 stars.
Yeah, early on it's just like if you can't get any synergy, just put in 2 stars. Put in 2 stars. Ooh, with that Renekton too, looking real good.
Also, decent electrics. That's an early volley bear too, and holding on to an Ornn.
Yeah, and he actually leveled too to get that in. To get the other Warden.
Yeah, how often do you actually level early? Because I feel like
it's dead.
It's insanely rare now.
I think so much people enjoy hyper rolling, like whether it's lights, predators, woodland druid. You really do not want to level to maximize your odds.
And I feel like even if you're not in one of the hyper roll strategies like Ocean Mage, you still just want like pure econ to get to 8 so then you can, do your rolling.
Yeah.
So like even then people aren't spending early levels because you don't care about the damage, you just want to get to 50 econ immediately. So I feel like early leveling is pretty dead.
From Ceros' position though, Woodland Druid's pretty versatile.
Ooh, Rek'Sai upgrade.
Rex said another Warwick.
Levi was one of the ones from the second group who I think looked pretty good, right?
I feel like
Or
he
was
was
he first group?
I feel like he was the one that went Shadow, the uncontested Shadow, but maybe not.
I forget.
Here we have Sologesang, who is probably the highest rated player here. He played in the Red Bull Invitational, Challenger level. Knows what he's building. He's got a Morello on his Zyra already too.
Should probably be the favorite, I think, in this lobby. But I said that about Lothar should do pretty well yesterday, and he got 7th. So
I mean, Zyra this early with Morellos is one of my favorite carries in the entire game, even for the entire duration of the game too. So he's definitely set up with a very good early start.
Teo Feeder, I think he's an Infernal. He also did really good in the second group as well.
He was the one with the Zed,
Yeah.
with the pretty much perfect items. He had Phantom Dancer, Dragon Claw Redemption, I think. It's pretty good. I hate going into the carousels for these, not
Not knowing
having
what they have.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Not knowing the items that are on bench because you don't know what to look for.
We see one person flicking back and forth trying to see what he wants. But I think everyone would just try and look for some Phantom Dancers and some Morellos.
Yeah, I feel like armors are actually pretty good. Once you get down, to the end of the carousel too, don't feel too bad about getting one of those.
We did see a ton of Zephyrs in the little lobbies because I feel like Zephyr on this is relatively easy to use. You just kind of build it and stick it on one of the units you're going to put in a hex tile.
Yeah.
So I felt there was someone who had like 3 or 4 yesterday by himself.
I think that's a little excessive, but sometimes you get a lot of belts.
I'm just saying, I saw a lot of people with Negatrons on their bench as well. So
And we saw a couple games that are actually won by a good Zephyr
Yes.
on the enemy carry.
Yeah, in high elo lobbies, people have started just avoiding using their hex tiles because it's always
a bait.
such a trap, like to get Zephyred, or people just position all the assassins right around the hex tiles and just blow up your main carry. We have Sneak.
yes, this is Teo who is in the Infernal right now. I don't mind Infernal in the early game. I think it's something people don't sometimes fall into just for like a couple rounds when it actually is probably strong.
Well, I like it when there's an Infernal Kiana, right? Because Kiana is
Especially then, yeah.
Kiana's an insane unit. She's really good. The AoE stun, and if you get a free basically Infernal character from that, then heck yeah, go for it early.
Especially like in the Woodland Druid package where you want the Diana already anyways. It makes it super strong.
TheShy with 100% health right now. Wonder what he's running.
He had a really good early game yesterday as well when they started.
Ooh.
Let's see.
We got Woodland Druid.
That's gonna be a good early game.
Yeah, some Predator potentially as well.
Got 4 Vladimirs on side, a Vayne that he should definitely sell because from experience,
Personal opinion.
if you get 9 Vaynes, it's still probably one of your worst units.
9 Veins, not as good as 1 Yorick.
Yeah. He also leveled, so he is going a little bit more aggressive in the early game.
Yeah. So here's something though. A lot of people have talked about how good Ezreal is as a mid-game carry, but then it also feels kind of bad to upgrade him and sell him off later because he's 3-cost and you lose out on gold efficiency.
Yeah.
Do you ever just splash him in?
I love like if you have Seraph, you always either go Kindred or you go Israel. Because his ultimate, he can cast it once between every auto with the Seraph.
Yeah, my personal favorite mid-game was Ezreal with Seraphs and Ludens.
Oh yeah.
Felt
Yeah.
super nice.
I don't think you'll ever lose with that.
Yeah.
For the mid game.
That's definitely going to carry you.
Yeah. like you mentioned, like late game when everyone has like the biggest monsters and you're, and he's just like pew pew and doesn't do enough.
Exactly. That's the hard thing. He falls off so hard later.
Yeah, front lines get really gross late game. Predator with all its 3 stars, and then the poison package with Mundo and Singed. Even Zed's basically become super obnoxious because there's so many you need like AoE to deal with.
All right, I'd say he's almost definitely going to go transition into Ocean Mages. He already has a Merlinomicon, already has another needlessly large rod.
Ooh, what is he get? Bow.
Bow's fine.
Yeah,
Not.
Look at his econ, 50 gold by Krugs.
Oh, he did level there.
4 level 2 units as well. Like Sologesang is in such a good spot.
All right, I want to see him scout around, see if he looks for any other Ocean Mage players, because that's one of the ones. Even littles, a lot of littles will go for that comp because everyone gives that advice to a lot of new players. Let's see.
The thing I like about Ocean Mage and why I feel like it's so consistent too is because you don't need to 3-star anything. And a lot of like your carry comes from other parts that aren't Ocean. Like the Vladimirs and the Syndras, it's just there to kind of get you your mana regen. And then it's other things in the mid to late game that you can be a little bit more flexible with.
If you were in Bwipo spot, you have a Zyra too. There's a brand in shop.
He's thinking
yeah.
about it. He's holding on to 2 Nasus and 2 Veins. So he could probably just sell those and pick up the brand if he doesn't want to lose econ.
Yeah, I feel like a transition because once you have the brand and he already has the 2 Zyra, he's not doing it though.
Oh no, is he thinking about lights?
He had a 1-star Kindred, but I think he likes Shadow a lot. He played Shadow yesterday, and I think he's looking to do it again.
Yep. Shadow is one of those teams where if you're the only one running it and you can 3-star your Vigar, your Kindred, your Scion, your Malzahar, all 4 of them can be your hyper carry. Ooh, Sologesang trying to roll down a little bit.
Yeah, he was buying a bunch of Kindreds and stuff just to block 3 costs.
Checking out Markz. Don't think he got too much out of that.
He also leveled to 6 there as well, so he dumped about 20 gold into that.
He added a Nautilus for Ocean and Warden, but...
Yeah. I also feel like waiting the little bit extra for 7 and then spending a whole bunch, if he is, going to go Ocean Mages for looking for brands. That Kog'Maw Thief's Glove, trying to get the...
Oh, that Predator!
I feel like Predator, one of the reasons it's the strongest or so strong is because the Predator calculation happens after damage is dealt. Yeah, so you saw the Kog'Maw ult look like it killed him from almost half health, and it's because the Kog'Maw ult damage comes in, and then it checks if he's below 20%. It feels like one of those changes that I would bet at some point they reverse that calculation. At some point during this set's lifetime, I bet that will happen. I don't think it's so oppressive that it needs to, but it does lead to some really weird-looking situations where people get bursted from half health.
All right, sounds like we've got a sneaky interview on stage right now. Let's send it up to Dash and see what's going on.
That's right, Kobe. Standing by with Sneaky. Currently in second position in the finals here for TFT. $50,000 to charity on the line here and picking up this win right here. Sneaky, how you feeling about your current position?
It's looking pretty good. Usually my worst part is the mid game because I kind of don't really understand where I should go with my comps, but
right, so the exact place we're in right now.
Yeah, we're getting there.
All right, well, Carousel, this is a huge decision to make, so I'm going to let you take it in for a second, but I want to know what your thought process here. What are we looking to complete?
Probably PD, but there's no chain vest, so not. Yeah, tier maybe recurve.
I'm checking over at the casters to see if they have an opinion on everything you're throwing out there. Looking for somebody to cringe real fast. Let's see what he goes for. He goes for the Giants belt. So far, we've got a 3 Inferno, 2 Warden. Looks like Assassins might be an option. But what's as you say, the transitions mid to late is usually the hardest part for you. What is your current thinking? Where are you going to go?
So I've heard the late game is Sin, Zed, and Nami battle. So I'm looking to get those. Might be a little far away.
Right, a lot less to do with the synergies and more to do with individual pieces. The double Annie pickup, though, that's got to feel pretty good. Only sitting at 19 gold, though. Is Eco a concern?
I don't know. I'm not an expert, honestly.
He's not an expert, and that's why he's in the little tournament. All right, I'm going to let you get back to it because you're in solid position to take home that $50K for your charity. Guys, back to the desk.
All right, thank you, Dash. Currently, we are looking at Bwipo. He finally got his beloved shadows.
With Seraph on the Kindred, he's in a great spot. If he can upgrade that Kindred to a level 2, like his mid game is really solid because Kindred level 2 with Seraph is enough to like just dominate.
Funnily enough, he played Shadow yesterday and he found a 3-star Scion before finding a 2-star Kindred, I believe. And it took him forever to hit some of the other Shadow upgrades.
Skara went through the exact same thing as well. He had a Scion 3 and a Kindred 1.
Yeah. I don't know, the Kindreds are dodging to this tournament.
All right, meanwhile, I think I saw a hard commitment to Predator player around there somewhere. So there's at least a couple of Predators. There's the one Ocean Mage, Shadow. So we have a decent amount of diversity. Didn't see... Oh, there's the brand. He actually buys it this time.
He gave up on the vein!
Get the Kindred.
Kindred 2-star, baby.
Now's a good time to kind of chill for a little bit.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Like, when you want to hyper roll for Shadows, level 7 is a really good spot. Level 8 gives you the best odds, but I think it's only like a 2% increase.
All right, checking back in on TheShy, who's held the top spot this entire game. It did break the win streak recently, but still with a pretty decent amount of econ that he built up over the game.
And I like where he's at. He's got Woodland Druid right now, but he didn't hyper roll for it, and he already has the makings of Poison on his bench.
Setting up for that Singed. It is pretty popular to try and get to 8 first, try and get better chances at your 5 costs.
And that's kind of what we're talking about, the second lobby of the Littles. Seemingly they had a better idea of how they want to handle mid to late game transitions. Okay, I didn't want to hyper roll for Woodland Druid, but I can always just pick up some other good front line later and swap those out. And like we said, usually happens around stage 4, so he's in a pretty good spot.
I don't see too much people hyper rolling for Woodland Druids this game because they're only playing for the #1 spot, and Woodland Druid will get you to 2nd place, get you to 3rd place. It will very, very rarely get you to 1st place.
Yeah, it's super consistent for climbing the ladder, especially if you're scouting around, but not so great for #1. Wolves actually might be my favorite round of the entire game.
Because they pop so fast?
Because it's early, they pop fast, and you have a chance of getting so many items.
And then he gets 1 tier.
Yeah, unlucky. All right, what did Solo get? The Ocean Mages are in full effect.
Oh,
the
that's so
Nami!
huge.
Nami on 7.
Wow, I got the Yorick too if he wants to put in the Inferno Summoner
One more
pack.
brand. Really wants it.
Yeah, you'll see a lot of like high elo.
Oh, you can see no, he should lock. He should lock back.
Yeah, he's got the Yorick.
It was also a Yorick in there.
Yep.
And he has an Annie on his bench and a Zyra in already, so if he wants to go
the classic Ocean Summoner with a bit of Inferno splashing.
Yeah. It's just so powerful late game. Ocean does so much for them. Let's take a look at this battle, though. Did TheShy actually get any upgrades after Wolves? He put in the Mundo. I think that's the only change.
And I think that was a 1-star before, so I think he managed to upgrade it.
That Dragon Claw on the Maokai.
Yeah. Maokai with defensive items is pretty brutal to get through.
Shy's in a great spot. Still has 50 gold left.
Teo Feeder kind of behind the other Ocean Mage player, which I think was Sologesang. Does have twice his health, but needs to find a lot of items to actually, or units, excuse me, to transition.
That's the benefit of rolling first. Let's see.
Yeah, the Diana's probably gonna have to come out for Brand later on.
Need those items.
Yeah, I think 2-star Diana though is gonna do more for your comp right now with Inferno than 4 Ocean would, since it's a 1-star Syndra.
Yeah, plus you don't have, I guess you could put them onto the Kindred. Like you need a trash unit to hold items until you have your final placement with Brand or whatever.
Yeah.
Like that's the #1 rule when it comes to using items. You want to use them for like in-game power, but you either put it on your worst unit or you put it on your best unit. You never want to put it on your like middle of the pack. Am I gonna keep this? Maybe I will. And if I keep it, he's not gonna be my carry, so it really feels bad to have items on him. So always put it on your worst unit that you know you're gonna sell.
He delivers a loss to TheShy. Those have been very rare. I think this is only his 2nd loss there. So that Summoner pickup was enough to get him the edge. And TheShy is definitely just looking for the Singed Poison pickup here. Can't wait to transfer into it. He's also holding a lot of Crystal, even though he didn't get Skarner upgraded early.
I'm surprised he's rolling on 7. I mean, like Toast was saying, it's not a monstrous upgrade, but I mean, he does have a fair amount of one-cost units in, I guess, so it's actually, he's fishing for a number of things with the roll, not just the Singed. I think that's one of the most important things when you do roll down is make sure that you have a couple of things you're looking for. If you're just hunting for one thing, it can be really painful.
Yeah.
Oy.
That Woodland Druid on his team is falling off too fast.
Did you see Bwipo's player cam there too? He's having so much fun with his shadows just popping off. See if TheShy can get some revenge though for their 1v1. Because if you get beat in back-to-back matches of different games, that's just like full gamer superiority.
Ooh, there's a Singe with a
What's a
spatula. It's a little late to really love a spatula, but
Oh,
It-
goes
it's
straight forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we're in round 4 already, so you pretty much only have one more chance to scrounge up a bunch of single items before the completed ones start coming through.
I don't think Sneaky had a Morello Nomicon yet. I don't know what components he has, but that could be a decent belt pickup.
So he goes for the 1-cost spatula. I really am curious what he's got on the bench then with his items. Let's take a look. Not the best. Oh, this is TheShy. Okay.
Gets the bow. Oh, wow. He has 3 bows and a belt to work with.
Oh, there's a
Late
Ezreal
upgrade on the
upgrade.
Ezreal. I don't know if he actually has that clear of a plan then.
yeah, because unless he's trying to go glacial, but he didn't want the Olaf there, so I doubt it.
Ooh, the 4 Rangers. He does have that Twitch.
I mean, he's setting up the glacial ranger,
Yeah.
or excuse me, the ranger crystal with poison package, which is a pretty nice late game, but
Ranger's really not that
Wow.
popular right now.
Clid had another spatula on his bench, so he got a Singed with the Force of Nature on it.
That is dream scenario.
Woodland Predator Druid, and he actually has a poison package ready to go with the 2-star Mundo on his bench. He should absolutely substitute that in when he gets a chance.
This is one of those moments, even at bottom of the health totem pole, you can
Yeah.
make a really big run.
Oh my god.
All right. Most important synergy for Singed, Morello Nomicon. Now he needs to find that.
Yeah. Well, there's the first Zed of the lobby.
Zed. You'll see a lot of these players start picking up the legendaries, the Zeds, the Namis.
Bwipo's pinging it like, do I want this Zed? What am I doing with this?
He has summoners, so I think for sure.
Yeah.
This
Ceros picking up some cogs.
Ceros would really like the Zed. He's got leveled up electric sears. That's a
Yeah.
3-cost volley bear and a bunch of Orns on bench
That's a
too.
3-star
Oh my!
Oh,
If he
3-star.
gets a Zed,
Wow. And he's got
But he's only
Predator.
level 6. He can't physically roll a Zed right now.
Yeah.
He needs to push 7 at the bare minimum.
stop
Yeah.
rolling.
Yeah, he's so desperate
But-
for the cog 3.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think the 3 stars will carry him through though. I don't know. Zyra, Morello Nomicon. No, it's not going to happen.
Burning in the
Oh,
background.
no.
Oh. We're about to get some eliminations here then.
Yeah, they get one little last chance at life.
After the chickens.
I think he's gonna be baited by the Kog'Maw instead of pushing level.
Yeah.
It's so little money from 6 to 7 too. It
Yeah.
just feels so bad.
It's 32 for 6 to 7, or is that? Yeah.
I think, yeah, it's 32. Sologesang, 14 health.
What are you doing? You're predicting him to do well.
A little bit of a curse predictions here from
Yeah,
Mark,
we should. I should stop trying
all time.
I think when it comes to high elo players, they're so used to playing like in a set meta that when they play against like, you know, silvers, gold, plat, everything they know kind of go out the window.
Yeah. You can't beat them if they don't know what they're doing.
I always find those excuses the funniest, and it reminds me of Worlds when Double Lift was like, this Owlstar's just so crazy. The only reason he could kill me is because it was a terrible move to try and kill me there. And then, but you're the one that's dead.
Yeah. He did find a Nico's help here, but do you use it on the Kog'Maw?
Oh, man.
I think You should.
What's his health? He's at
Like,
22.
Yeah, it's so hard to use.
He can go to 7.
Thinking about what to make here. I definitely like the Deathblade over the Bloodthirster.
Yeah, and then I might have even saved that for. Oh no, we're already into 5. Not gonna be able to complete.
Bwipo's Shadow. Oh, that Kindred hopped away from the Malphite. Oh, that was sick.
The knockup goes through. Kindred with the Ceros and Death Cap.
He's actually one Kindred away from a Kindred 3 as well. I didn't realize he had 2 Kindreds on board, and Bwipo has 2 on bench. So he's actually super close to hitting a 3-star Kindred.
The uncontested Shadow.
We can see where his love of shadows comes from.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you see everyone, like, they see Shadow units, they're like, I'm not taking that. Doesn't fit my comp.
Well, TheShy has dropped really far. He's down to 34 health.
Yeah, he's got a very janky Predator setup.
Yeah, this is the 1-star Kog'Maw that you're just like, please give me a Singe so I can get this off my board.
Yeah, and I mean, the only like full-ish synergy he has is the 4 Rangers, which isn't that strong.
Yeah. It's getting buffed next patch, but oh, is it for Clid? Yeah.
Oh no, Clid's gonna drop.
Yeah, but post 4 Shadows.
The Reign of Terror continues. And he takes out the Singed with Fawn.
Ooh,
Yeah, Levi
getting out too. Sologesang holding at 14 for a while now. Bwipo on a 8-game win streak. You can tell by his portrait on full fire there.
I mean,
That's a good feeling.
Bwipo's killing it. He's in the finals of the 1v1 tournament. He's in the good spot here so
Today,
far.
sometimes you have a good day. He should actually go to the casino after this.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, there's the 3-star Kindred.
Oh.
And that's such good items.
He's also got the Master Yi already.
Yeah, the items on the Kindred, like the Seraph and the Rabadon are the 2 best items. And then the third item is like, you can go Phantom Dancer, you can go Dragon Claw. You just need him alive.
Yeah, some defensive thing.
All right.
That Nautilus gets 1 shot.
Oh
There's
my
the Yorick.
God. Bop. Who's next? Bop. Bop.
Yeah.
And she's ulting like every 2 auto attacks, I believe.
And he's playing against mages right now. The Dragon Claw is going to go a long way. He's not gonna take any
1700.
damage.
Oh
Like,
my God.
Hop, shoot, hop, shoot.
All right, so Toast, you said sometimes like challenger players will have a hard time dealing with random lower ranked players. But you also said you got on your Smurf account to do some climbing yesterday.
Yeah.
What's your go-to strategies for people if they want to like climb right now?
To climb Smurf, I think Hyper Rolling Woodland Druid is always just the best option. You just need to know when to econ and like just maximize the number of times you can roll. And if not,
scout to make sure no one else
scout, no one else is doing it, because lower elos, they don't scout, they just kind of tunnel in on their own strategy, and you look around, you see 3 people go for the same strat, and you know they're just gonna cannibalize each other. And I'm really liking Bwipo's position. He's 1 away from a Malzahar 3 as well, 1 away from a Nami 2.
3 away from Scion 3.
Yeah, he's got the Bash Brothers in front with the double upgraded Scions.
Yeah.
Oh,
finally TheShy.
Get that Kog'Maw out of there.
Get this other one off my screen too.
Yeah. There's a Twitch upgrade. He has a little bit of healing cutting in the Twitch, but that's so much worse than...
I don't know if anyone can Singe too this game. Everyone's just picking up Singes.
I feel like he is being baited in by these Rangers super hard.
Yeah.
He's got an extra Ash over here. You are never getting a 3. Well, actually, he's got.
Well, so he's close to...
I spoke to Zoom before I saw the other 2-star Ash on board.
Yeah, but I think give up on Mundo 3. I don't know. Well, he might die here.
Ooh,
I
this
think
is gonna be it. Get knocked out. Sologesang out as well. We have Sneaky and Bwipo.
Bwipo's day today takes down TheShy. Probably one of the best individual League of Legends players in the entire world. Then knocking out a bunch of these previous challenger TFT players as well.
Ooh, I was talking to Bwipo right before he went on. He said his mistake yesterday was pushing level 8 instead of just hyper rolling for more shadows, and looked like he made the adjustment, stayed at level 7, and just kept rolling for shadows, and it's gonna pay off for him.
I believe TFT's the last Ocean Mage player in the game right now, but he's got a pretty good setup. The only problem is the Annie's a 1 cost right now.
Yeah, you look at his synergy, it's like so efficient. 4 Ocean, 3 Mages, only 1 like extra light synergy not being used. Wow,
Yeah,
that's
nice synergies.
Oh god, that Kindred.
Yeah, the Dragon's Claw is such a counter to his build.
It was even pretty close there.
I mean, that's why it's so scary. Like, the Ocean Mage package, when it gets this, is so good, but the 3-star with the Dragon's Claw.
I think now Bwipo is trying to save up again to econ to go to 8, though. It looked like I think he had 20 gold at least.
I don't know what clone board Sneaky had there, but he beat
It was Teo's.
It was Teo's? Okay.
So Teo's not in a good spot because he's losing to both players in the game right now.
Sneaky's kept the Diana this entire time. The Inferno's strong.
I was also talking to Sneaky. I told him like Singed was good, Nami was good, but I don't know if you want to just,
He's just blindly
throw
stick
them
him
in with 0 synergy.
He's like, got it, checklist.
Yeah.
And there is a death cap is really nice on Singe too. I mean, everyone always talks about the Morellonomicon, but actually the AP as well goes a long way, especially for Singe 2.
Wow, Warmogs is a really nice upgrade, too.
Unfortunately, he can't put it on his side.
Oh, you're right. One's already got Thieves' Gloves.
He could roll
I
one.
mean, he can put it on the other one, and I don't know how the pop-off works.
I think Thieves Glove always takes priority.
Got it.
Wow, he's rolling down here for the upgrade.
Oh my
Wow, in the same shop!
Oh, wait, it popped off!
It popped up.
Priority to
Hey.
pop off. That's what
But he's...
he puts it back on.
Yeah, I was going to say, you can put the Warmogs on and put
One
the
of
damage on the Malzahar, but this works too.
Ooh.
He's going for the golds.
Where is it?
Oh my god. Rolls a E2 on level
Well,
7.
congratulations to Bwipo.
Yeah.
Today is his day.
I would like to crown the TFT Littles.
Luckily,
King.
he did not get either board to knock them out right now. It's going to actually be between Teo Feeder and Sneaky.
This is good. Let them have the honorable fight first.
Yeah. Sneaky with 2 Singes on his bench.
Yeah.
Your
that-
advice is paying off.
Well, he found a Cloud Lux as well, I believe. That's what that one is. So,
Real nice.
really, really strong Lux.
Oh, Sneaky versus Bwipo. NA versus you.
Oh,
Yeah, the
Let's-
classic.
Come on.
Would it be anything else?
NA needs to get a win at something.
Sneaky's level 9.
He hasn't locked that Lux.
Sees the Nami.
You get so many 5 costs at level 9, especially
Yeah.
since Bwipo's only 7 still. Sneaky should be able to go with the toast strategy. 5 cost units all over the board.
He did sell a Singe for the Nami
Oh.
too.
It was pretty nice, though, because him getting that Nami, there's only 10, I think?
Yeah.
5 cost units in the pool, and so he has 3. And Bwipo's looking for 1 more, but that's really hard to find at level 7. So that's actually a pretty monstrous upgrade. I'm not sure it matters, though.
I'm just looking at this Scion. He's just one-shotting things right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, same with the
The
Kindred.
Kindred. Like, when you have 2 hyper carries like that,
I mean, he's also got the Master
The
Yi.
Master
That's
Yi.
2-star, so like he has carries
What
all
do
over the
you-
place. It's cracking up.
Cloud Lux feels a little useless against because it's
Yeah.
so much magic damage. I wonder if finding Mystic and getting poison in or something could be better. I don't know if Sneaky's comp has the room for that though.
I don't know. I would like the Yi to miss also, so I'll take whatever I could get.
I care way more about the 3-cost Scion and Kindred, I think, though. But I'm not sure there's anything Sneaky can find to
like
dig him
Sneaky's
out.
just really committed to his comp right now. Like, he can maybe throw in 2 more Mystics, but because he's got the Yi and he's got the Nami. Like, the Lux can come out, maybe the Annie comes out, or like the Varus.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I just
What?
love watching.
The Kindred just one-shot everything.
Can he make the last stand? It's not gonna happen.
No.
Coming for the Lux.
He's like,
He will get one more carousel.
Yeah. Like, it's still relatively close.
All right, here's what you do for a Bwipo though. You level up to 8, then sell everything and don't put anything in for the classic VM.
Exactly. I think he could just have the Kindred and the Scion and just have a 2v8.
Then you lose.
See if he
Then you only
2v8s.
have 2 shadow though. You only
All
get
right,
your
you
2 buff.
keep the 4 shadow,
Okay,
or the
yeah,
5 shadow, because he has 5 of them. This is what Toast is probably best at, I would say, is learning how to BM effectively.
The fine line of BM
Yeah.
is something you have to learn.
What's the maximum BM you can get while still winning?
I want to see him hit that Malzahar 3.
I mean, it is very satisfying just to see all of the gold
All the
units.
golden boys.
Spend your money. Bwipo, it's the last round, probably.
All right, the calculations.
Ooh,
I can see the
ooh.
calculations.
The big brain Zephyr.
We'll see.
Check the board. Check the other board.
It's gonna...
What, Yana, I think it was, or Malphite?
It's going to go on the...
Oh, the
yeah.
Malzahar.
Malzahar.
All right, well, congratulations, Bweep Bweep.
Yeah, Bwipo getting his first win of the final day of All-Stars.
What a day. Uzi's got to be shaking in his boots now.
Yeah, Bwipo's got everything going for him.
He's coming
today.
in hot.
I like it too. You know, he got his strategy. He knows what works for him in Shadow. I'm going to play Shadow, and if I get my stuff, I'm going to win. And if I don't, well, whatever.
I love too just the auto balancing of these types of games. As soon as a new build gets popular, when there are broadcast tournaments like this, then you try and go home and use it in ranked in solo queue or something, and all of a sudden, oh, there are 4 people in my lobby going for shadows. It is not good.
Is that better or worse than when there's a tournament like this and like a new assassin pops off in League of Legends though, and then everyone goes home and your solo queue is filled with horrible Kianas?
I think this is much better.
Yeah, I
because
agree.
for TFT, I like just doing hipster stuff, and then that just makes it better because if the tournament's going off, then everyone's using that.
But yeah, really well played by Bwipo. Like, that's the foreshadow strategy. You push level 7, you hyper roll, trying like 3-star at least 2 of them. He 3-starred 2 of them, 1 away from the 3-star Malzahar, even gets the mastery. I think he had 5 shadow.
Yeah, because he had the Vygar too as well.
Wow, like,
And really good items too.
I was gonna say that too. Yeah. Knowing what's best for your comp is super important.
All right, now for more on that game, let's check in with the State Farm Analyst Lounge. I believe that is us. Yeah!
Yo, what's up? We're still here!
Nice toss. So back to the analyst.
Ad-lib react to our own
what,
toss.
What did you think about the shadows?
So the items that we were saying, it's really important. Different builds want different items. I mean, just in general, Ceros is one of the best items on the current patch, but making sure you get it on the right carry and identifying that. As well as the death cap, it is still really, really strong, but Morel and Namacon is worse on Kindred, I would say, and probably worse in Shadow in general, because you're just trying to one-shot stuff for the most part. You're not really cutting healing.
Morel is actually the worst thing to put on Kindred because her ability already
80%,
comes with the reduction. So really smart by Bwipo. Like, he didn't greed for the 3rd offensive item. He's like, I need some defenses on my Kindred, makes Dragon Claw with it. So,
yep, definitely a good job covering all bases there. Are you looking forward to the Legends final matchup for TFT?
The Legends
towards the end of the day?
I'm very excited. You're gonna cheer on Becca, the last hope for NA.
Is she the only one who made it?
Yes.
What are you and Skara doing?
You know, it's...
Hafu, Dog, none of them came through.
I wanted to be cool and go light, and I got offered 7 veins, and you don't say no to 7 veins.
If you win with light also,
With lights, yes.
then you really get to trash talk. All right, now actually, let's hear from the winner of the Littles bracket as Dash is standing by for an interview.
Thank you very much, gents. Bwipo, hello again. I'm going to be kind of honest. I'm a little sick of talking to you over this weekend. No, I'm just kidding. But another huge victory for you, making a case for MVP of the entire All-Star event. Walk me rather through the strategy, because you were a few levels down and yet absolutely smacking people there at the end.
My main strat was I didn't have a main strat coming into the tournament, but Shadow was something that I felt like was relatively easy to play, and the only thing you need to really look out for is the right items for Kindred. So when I picked up the tier in the first round and then got another tier off the minions, I felt like going Kindred with the Ceros was a good start. And then I believe off Wolves, I high rolled 2 large rods, so I was like, all right, this is a Kindred game.
You had all the items you needed, and then, of course, for all of those pieces to end up being 3-starred in the end meant a pretty dominant victory. But with this victory, I think more importantly, you have secured $50,000, which will go towards protecting tigers, conserving habitats, and raising awareness around tigers and protecting wildlife. So what does that mean for you to have collected this money for that cause?
It was difficult to pick something that I was satisfactory with because there were so many good causes. So ultimately, I'm not sure if I'm 100% satisfied with my choice, but ultimately, I believe there was 5,000 options or something. So I just picked something with animals. I feel like everybody on the world, on the planet can at least relate to animals in a sense and wish them well. So on top of that, when I think of a tiger, well, the Bengal tiger is the first one I think of. So I feel like an icon like that is something that should stay on the planet.
All of the charities available were good causes, so the money going anywhere is good to say the least. Of course, this is not where your day ends. We already heard the analysts talking about it. You are looking to basically complete the clean sweep in the 1v1s. I know that Shox talked a bit about it, so I would rather talk about the future Legends tournament where $100,000 will be awarded to a charity based on the Legends that win. Do you think that that maybe they could learn from you and Shadow's the way to go to collect 100K?
I heard in the Shadows bracket, Skara like really low rolled his Kindred, so I just figured, you know what, if someone else low rolled, then maybe the game will give me some favor and let me high roll it. So I'm not sure. I think it's a very viable strategy that everyone has to look out for, because if there's like only one guy doing Shadow, which was the case right now, then once you see that 3-star Scion, 3-star Kindred, 3-star Malzahar, Veigar, like it gets really scary really fast.
Earth and 1v1 still to go for you, so I'm going to let you go get warmed up for all of that. But once again, congratulations on picking up that money. Back to the desk.
Thanks again, Dash. So we already heard Toast is going to vote with his heart. He's rooting for Becca for the Legends. And Mark, you have had the worst predictions. Basically anti-prediction. So I'm really curious what yours is.
So I'm predicting 8th place, technically.
But if you know that your prediction is 8th place, then is it going to undo your sabotage vote?
I don't know.
Just give me your prediction.
So I liked what I saw out of Virus on the first day. He looked like he was doing really well. So I'll say Virus. But like I said, I'm sorry that I just predicted you. But I think it'll be a really close one, because like they're saying, first place is all that matters. And we did a tournament, Rise of the Elements, where they had last day, first place was all that mattered, and people went so hard on what they thought was like the highest of high roll strategies. Toast was the first innovator with the 9 light.
9 lights. Unfortunately, they nerfed lights so hard that it doesn't work anymore.
Yeah, he's the one who ruined his own game plan for this tournament, because he won. He did too well with it in the previous one.
But the next tournament, they're gonna buff light, and I'm gonna come back on top of it.
Was one of them Zed? Did you get a Zed light? Because that is the most funny thing to me.
Yeah, Zed light probably like the most amazing thing. Like they keep healing each other.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right, we are gonna take a quick break, but before that, we get